Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Your host, Superman, in the house for another Pulsechain session. And of course, we're going to talk about the new PEPE farms on PulseX Dex. So we're going to get into all that. We've got lots in store, man. Big show. So we're going to be obviously covering Richard Hart's updates overnight, the last 24 hours. Then we're going to get into PEPE, talk about PEPE farms. We're going to jump into the markets for crypto. Then get into a Pulsechain overview for Richard Hart tokens. And then we're going to jump into all your favorites, of course. We're going to get into some insights and analysis from Dipcatcher around the Sacrifice set accounts. So we're going to talk all about that. That may be some of interest to some of you. And then we're going to get into, obviously, the Pulsechain projects, Pulsechain memes, and, of course, Pulsechain top PRC 20s, and maybe some opportunities ahead in that space as well. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with some project updates. Then we got Hex daily payout, and we got some intel. So it's a full show, man. It's a full show. I'm sure I'm going to be probably exhausted by the time we finish. But hey, that's how we rock and roll. Pulsechain is growing, and it's just getting bigger and bigger each day. And we're in month 2 at the moment. Month 3 is probably going to be even bigger. Because we've got all the big top tier protocols launching. So it's only getting bigger and better ass from here. So look forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Let's get into the chat there. And Sue's here. We've got Lies beneath in the house there. How are you today? Always very good, Lies. And of course, Lies always brings the best, the golden crypto of Richard Hart, Hex, EHEX, PLSX, and the Standard 400 for the 100%. That is the maxi strategy on this channel as well. Hex and SB in the house. Hi, all. Good to see you as well. We got Cleveland, Ohio. What's up, family? Good to see you. Jay Judge. Yo, juicy dips. Let's go. 100%. And of course, to keep DCA, my precious, 100%. So dollar cost averaging, DCA is a great strategy, especially as Pulsechain's just launched. And of course, it's always good to accumulate that volume. And if it does anything like Hex did, then man, it's going to be a great choices that you've made. We're going to get into all that. KD in the house as well. Hello, world. Good to see you, KD. One of our 2 community leaders. Big shout out. Hex enthusiast. Morning to you. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Wookie as well. It's a peppy morning. It certainly is, Wookie. I actually understood what you said then this time, Wookie. That's pretty funny. That's hilarious. Wookie's one of our moderators. Good to see Wookie in the house. All right, let's get into it. Oh, we're also going to hear from a community member as well. So we'll talk about that as well. Let's get into it, folks. Without further ado, we've got Hex Richard Hart's updates. And, of course, 23 hours ago, we did cover this yesterday. Excuse me. But PEPE holders, enjoy your free coins. This is 23 hours ago. You can bridge your PEPE through the, obviously, official bridge to farm, combining your PEPE from Ethereum with your free PEPE from Pulsechain. So what basically the idea, bridging in PEPE from Ethereum chain over to Pulsechain. We'll call that ePEPE. And then, of course, we've got the free PEPE, the copy on Pulsechain. I remember the Pulsechain forked Ethereum on the 10th of May at about 10:36 at night. And, of course, that's that copy is here as well. And now it needs to be priced up. It needs to get priced up, right? And so matching these two together is pretty impressive. And, of course, you know the old formula, match the bridged in PEPE with the Pulsechain PEPE, and then of course have another pair that has the PEPE to Pulse combination as well. So that's got those 2 pairs are seem the playbook at the moment to price up volume, to get volume on the PulseX, and of course to price up these assets and get the fires tuning, now. Pretty cool. So that's kind of cool. Then we got some updates further than that, so we're going to talk about that. 11 hours ago, Richard Hart posted the fact that markets exist, or that I tell you they exist, doesn't mean you're being told to participate in them. So obviously, if a market gets pushed up in a new Pulsechain copy, you don't need to participate in it. Malls sell lots of things. You're not supposed to buy them all. So you don't have to participate. You can just sit back, maybe just hold some Pulse and PulseX, the golden standard Richard Hart, and let other people participate in these markets getting priced up. So that's kind of the insight there. We've got 10 hours ago, Hex on pulsechain.com has been quietly outperforming Pulse, drama-free. Now, obviously, we know there's been a lot of drama around EHEX and PHEX. All that debate online. Now, obviously, we're a no drama channel. So we kind of generally have avoided all that topic, but because we believe in Hex on both chains. And yeah, so we're doing pretty well here, but Hex has been quietly outperforming Pulse, and we've been observing that too when we've been doing the coverage of the charts every day. Pretty interesting. And yeah, yesterday it dropped below 60%. So EHEX dropping below PHEX as well, but went dropped below 60%. And of course, the Hex has been outperforming Pulsechain. The ratio has been climbing, and you can see on this picture here that it was 140 when they posted this earlier, 140 Pulse per Hex, and of course Hex gaining strength against Pulse there as well. So pretty interesting trends going on there. This is just within the Richard Heart tokens. So yeah, some interesting stuff happening there. Now, then we got some more stuff here around Richard tweeting around Twitter links. We're going to jump through that section. Not really relevant for our crypto topic. 8 hours ago, when you hear about new things on app.pulsex.com farms, the lights go up and everyone gets excited. I actually didn't see that the first time I looked at it. Might retweet that. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's get into the next update from Richard, which is the main one that we want to talk about here. PEPE new farms. 4 hours ago, put this out. PEPE new farms, 1,000% APR estimated currently. That was the time that he posted it. It was higher than that, obviously, if you got in earlier. Remember, one of these had been open overnight, although if you tried to do it on the scan.pulse chain manually through the connecting your wallet through Web3 there, you may have had experienced a few issues there. But in any case, it's on the front end now on PulseX, so you don't have to worry about that. You can combine your free PEPE airdrop coins with your PEPE bridged in from Ethereum. So quite an encouragement there if you've got PEPE on Ethereum to bridge that over, and you might want to do that. So typically, you'll probably need to go from Pulse to PEPE. That's the Pulsechain PEPE, and then from Pulsechain PEPE to bridged in PEPE if you want to get the right ratio there. And last time I checked yesterday, so that's the case. Otherwise, alternatively, you just bridge in the PEPE from Ethereum, which is probably the better method and healthy for the PulseX. Bridging in as much stuff from Ethereum is kind of a cool thing, and that's what get more of their coins over here, less over there. That's kind of the way it goes. Yes, that's right. You have free PEPE airdrop coins if you held PEPE around 7 weeks ago. And once again, that was the 10th of May at about 10:36 p.m. at night. So looking good there. And of course, there is the rates. Look at these rates. Just remember those, sear those into your mind, because we're going to look at the current rates in a minute. Obviously, there's more people into these pools. The rate goes down. We've got the APR there, 1,800% on the PEPE from Ethereum versus PEPE on Pulsechain. And then we got the PEPE on Pulsechain versus Rat Pulse there at 1,000%. So those were the starting markers there. Richard also posted very nicely the tickers with the contracts there as well. So you got PEPE there, the PRC20 version. This is the copy. Ends in 1933 is the contract. ERC20, the ones that the PEPE bridged in from Ethereum, is got the 123D. That's the end of the contract there. And of course, you got the wrapped PRC20 pair here, trading pair there. That is 60C6 and Rat Pulse ERC20 there, ending in 28BC. Those are trading pairs there. And of course, you got the final one there, PRC20, ERC20, and you got the final one there, B1D6 there. So kind of cool. Obviously, onboarding is the key measure of this, pricing up markets, pricing up these Pulsechain copies, onboarding new people, particularly in the PEPE community here, is the main target there. So exciting. Getting that volume up on PulseX as well. There's many benefits from this approach, the playbook that Richard's playing out at the moment. We've seen Wrap Bitcoin, of course. We've seen a bit of move on Aave, but this PEPE move is the next big one. What is going to be next? We're going to talk about that like we did yesterday later on when we get to top PRC20s. Maybe it's SHIB, maybe it's Bencoin. Who knows? We will see. These are the big communities, and we want to get them over on Pulsechain and price up these Pulsechain copies as well. All right, so that is kind of cool on that one. Where else are we going to go here? We've got another one here an hour ago. We've got an hour ago here. A PEPE. Do you prefer to buy one that went up 100% today or 1%? So do you want to buy something on Ethereum that only went up 1%, or do you want to buy something on a Pulsechain that's going up 100%? That's the easy choice there. And we know that PEPE is a meme coin. People speculate on it, And so, yeah, Pulsechain's a no-brainer, right? So spread the word. All you have to do is just spread the word. Tell people about all the opportunities that are on Pulsechain and PulseX. And, of course, getting these assets priced up. They may be making 1 to 10% on the ETH chain, but they have potential to make hundreds of percent potentially on the Pulsechain or PulseX. So easy to do there. So just spread the word, as it were. We want to dominate, of course, with PulseX and Pulsechain. So the community plays a huge role in that. And, of course, we have one of the biggest and most engaged communities ourselves. So getting out there and dominating Twitter is a good place to be, or what other social platform you're on. So pretty cool. 1 hour ago, Richard put this out. I can't really be more clear, can I? Stop being degenerates here. So it's holding people to task there as well. All right. Let's jump into PEPE. This is PEPE, of course, the website, pepe.vip. And, of course, this is their community. It's kicked off here. So if you want to see the website, pepe.vip, this is the community that's being attracted. And, of course, we're going to go into PulseX and have a look at the live values at the moment. So PEPE from Ethereum to PEPE LP. Look at that. Woohoo! It's gone over $1 million in liquidity now. And the APR there is 533%. And, of course, PEPE to Wrap Pulse is at 403% at the moment. So that's definitely gone down from when Richard posted. You can remember when Richard posted, just to remind you, Richard posted it was at this percentage, 1800% and 1,000. So that's, capital's flowing into there. And now it's at 403% at the moment, which is still very attractive. Let's go to the 533%. So if you're doing Bridgeton PEPE and Pulse PEPE, let's do $1,000. Let's do a day. So at this sort of 500% range, you'll be getting about 1.4% of your capital, almost 1.5% of your capital back a day. So over 30 days, that'll be about 54% of your capital over 30 days if it held up. But of course, we know more capital is going to flow in for that yield. So that's it on that one. That's it in a nutshell. All right. So looking good there, folks. Pretty easy, of course. All you have to do is provide liquidity. If you want to do that, you can say get PEPE from Ethereum and PEPE LP. You need to go and buy those, of course. And you just have to put in the PEPE in liquidity. And then, of course, you'll get LP tokens. They'll go into your wallet. And then you just have to go back to the farm. And you'll be able to put those in the farm. You'll have to enable staking. And then you'll have to stake it. So 2 transactions for that. Then your tokens will be staked. Your LP tokens will be staked. And you earn INC straight off the bat. Now, once again, this is just an optional thing. For people that are trying to chase the yields. But, of course, it's had a big impact on the price. So let's have a look at the price. Look at that. Woohoo! So the price has been rocketing. Yesterday, when I tuned in for the evening, the price was down here. This is where it was when I tuned in for the evening. So it was down at 4,200 with 7 zeros in front of it. So you can, or 7 zeros in front of it. So it had 7 zeros in front of it. It was down about 4,300. It's just lost a zero. Just while we're doing the live stream here, lost a zero. It's now at 10,032 with only 6 zeros. So just lose 1 zero. That's awesome. So this is PEPE with Pulse, but we've also got the other pair, PEPE, Bridgeton PEPE, and Pulsechain PEPE. So look at that. Just bolted out over 10,000. Look at that. Awesome. You can see my channel line here. Broke that down. Normally you'd think, that might continue to go down, but no. The farms came out and away it's gone. The front end of the farms came out and away it's gone. There it is, just hit 10,500 and, of course, lost a zero. Pretty cool. So what's the price at the moment? So that's got 6 zeros, 10,051. What's the price of PEPE on Ethereum at the moment? Well, the price on PEPE at the moment is 50159. 50159. So we've got another zero to lose to catch up to that, but doing pretty well. Now the supply is about the same, and so pretty interesting on that one. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's see what we can do. It'd be great to try and get these priced up over time as well. So cool, pretty cool. We'll see how it goes with this playbook. So looking pretty good at the moment. Having a pair with Pulse and then having the direct pair, the Pulsechain copy and the ETH copy. And of course, we can see it getting priced up, and of course, backing that up with the incentive token. So very exciting. So you had Wrap Bitcoin. We're going to get into Wrap Bitcoin a bit later, but that's pretty cool. Let me just pull up this video. We've been playing this the last 2 days, but it's always good to have a reminder of kind of the playbook that Richard is doing. So let's hear Richard and why this approach is being done.
We're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right? And
well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over. Right. You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
well.
It sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free,
right?
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
So a couple of key points there that I always like to hash is that we could see assets move together. So Ethereum assets and Pulsechain assets move together once we've set up these liquidities. And the idea that you're just going to trade forever, right? You're going to trade forever. So it's going to be interesting, even after the farms have gone or the percentage has gone down really low, to see how they trade together and that they keep trading. And then secondly, how they trade with the Ethereum value. It's going to be fun to see all that play out. So stay tuned for that. We know that people just keep trading and pushing, speculating on the prices. So it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Get Hex just gifted a 1 Hex token membership. Congratulations to Tilly for really picking up that Hex token membership. So a big shout out. And thanks very much to Anita there for that one. Very, very nice indeed. All right. What else we got going in there? We got Brizzy Zolly in the house at the moment. We got Jory Torres as well. Good to see you both in the house. We got Richie Robinson. Hello, Mr. Superman and Peoples. Good to see you. We are a Freedom Channel, Family Channel, and No Drama Channel. Nice one there, Lies. Smog says, nice to see some weaker hands rinsed over the weekend. One day closer to 2025, says Smog. We got Brian as well, one of our 2 community leaders. Sup, folks? Good to see Brian. And definitely smash the like there from Hexog as well. Hexog. I can hardly say the name. Genuine's in the house, of course. Hello, everybody. Back again. Like the Backstreet Boys, back again. It's Genuine. Richard Levin as well. No PEPE logo. Yeah. Need to work on that one, Richard. Richard, I agree with you. I need to work on that with the logo, with the Pulsechain team. Yeah. Detached Soul. It's good that you highlighted that, actually, Richard. Detached Soul says, yo. Good to see you. And g'day from Anita. Thanks so much again. We got Christian as well. Let's go PEPE, 100%. What else we got there? We got Andrew Reynolds. Morning all. Good to see you, Andrew. And Christian says a Bitcoin can moon in the future. Yeah, once you set up the pools, people start trading it. Even after the farms are gone, I'm sure we're going to get some quite interesting activity on those pairs. It's going to be fun to watch. Mercury's in the house there. Richard's crazy smart. It's crazy how all these videos are years old and starting to come to life. Next few years will be insane. 100% Mercury. Well said. All right. So the one before we move on from PEPE, which is available on PulseX, of course, the liquidity. Look at that on the PEPE pair. $1 million. We hit $1 million too. Not only have we gone over, lost to zero, and got to 10,000. We've actually got liquidity up at 1 million, which is pretty cool. Up 20% on the old PEPE pair. And then of course we've got the PEPE Pulse pair is up 17%, and we've hit $1.9 million in liquidity too. Don't you love it? I love it. That's great. So we'll keep watching that one. Very, very cool. Now, if we come back to the farms just quickly, we can see that the rest of the farms are doing pretty well. You got your PulseX sitting around 19% at the moment. That's probably the most conservative farm. And of course, although you would be, with the ratios changing with Pulse getting stronger versus PulseX over 3.1 to 1. It's the changes of the assets that you'll have will have changed a bit for some people at least. DAI there is 120%, USDC at 110%, Wrapped Ether 80%, USD Tether from to Pulse is 115%. So if this is sort of the better performance, if you go to DAI, which is kind of the preferred one, do a day there, you're getting about a third of your capital back a day. So over 30 days, it's about 10% of your capital back a day at that rate. At the moment, 110%. The Hex Pulse pair, 28%. The incentive pools, you got 129%, 122%. So they're still looking pretty good as well with PulseX. Wrap Bitcoin, which is the first one, 90%. That's looking pretty good for the top PRC 20s. And we've got BTC there as well. So you can sort of see the layout there. Wrap Bitcoin from Ethereum with Wrap Bitcoin copy on Pulsechain. And of course, those matched up there in the pools. And then finally, we've also got the PEPE one here as well. Yeah, would be good to get the logos in. So hopefully the team works on that when they're going to pop these pools up. Get the logos. It does make for a good branding and marketing. All right, so that's kind of the play there. Let's get into crypto and see how we're getting on. BTC still holding our 30,500. This is a good line, though. This is looking good. And we're getting a nice, strong foundation there with BTC. But we would like to see it break to that next level, 31, probably almost up to 32K, somewhere in that ballpark. And of course, I have a feeling if we do that, we've certainly got the foundation for it. Then we can try and have that mini rally at least to 40K. So looking forward to that. That would be fantastic. And then we can come back to, of course, the Wrap Bitcoin and see how that follows the price path. If we get a rally in the Wrap Bitcoin on Pulsechain, that heads up in the direction of BTC going up to the right. So it's going to be fun. Ether at $1,933, up 0.6%. The standout performer, of course, at the moment, Litecoin, up 5.9%, $113 at the moment. And XRP at $4, up 2% here. Now, some people are calling XRP in the next couple of weeks to go to 90 cents, I think it is, 80, 90 cents. We'll see whether that actually happens. But at the moment, those are kind of the standouts there as well. It looks like comp's doing pretty well. It's pretty dark green there. What's comp there? Up 28%. So there must be some news around that. Comp's up as well. So, all right. So that is kind of the play on the crypto. Let's jump into crypto compassion. Obviously, 4th of July is coming up for the United States. And of course, we've got crypto compassion here. Happy 4th of July weekend. Family keep building. And of course, here we are on the 3rd of July in good old New Zealand. It's called the 2nd of July, I guess, in the United States. So there's a bit more day. But Crypto Compassion has put out a little video. We're going to play that little video. So let's get into that and hear from him. It's pretty uplifting, I think.
This is John here, Crypto Compassion. Just coming to you from Oregon. I'm here at the lake over on the Oregon coast. Just enjoying this beautiful weekend. Super stoked about Pulsechain, Hex, PulseX, all that kind of good stuff, you guys. I've been real busy with real estate, you know, working on that fresh capital, bringing to our beautiful ecosystem. I'm looking forward to everything that we're building on Pulsechain. So enjoy this beautiful 4th of July weekend. You know, we sacrifice for freedom of movement and freedom of speech. And here in the United States, we are celebrating our independence and celebrating our freedom, you all. All right, you guys, take care. Have fun. Peace.
All right, so nice little spot there from Crypto Compassion, and a great little uplifting video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Something a bit different in the mix for today. What else we got going here? We got Bloodfish King in the house. Good to see Bloodfish King. We got Richard as well. Says probably Chainlink or Shiv Farm next. Yeah, we're going to talk about those. So those are some good picks. Top PRC 20s. You want to get the big communities, the big volumes. So maybe some of those are already starting to run. So we're going to talk about that as we get to them when we get to the PRC 20s. Blobfish King says, good morning from Australia. I have managed to 2.5x my bag of PulseX and Pulse through some fiat and some ratio trading. My aim is to at least triple my numbers. That's like the holy grail of people trying to do at the moment, Blobfish King. So congratulations to you, because we know that Richard's coins are going to go up and to the right. Not financial advice, of course. What else we got? Brennan says, morning, Superman and family just caught up with 1.5x. You called it yesterday, Super, with the PEPE farms. Yeah, we've been doing absolutely incredible, calling all these shots on these things. Amazing. And it really is fun to see. All right, see it all play out. So cool. That is Crypto Compassion. Obviously, that 4th of July coming up for the United States. So big shout out to everyone in America there. that's coming up. Now, we're going to get into the updates here. We're on day 51. So we're on day 51 of Pulsechain. We're about to start day 52, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so we're on the end of day 51. And, of course, here are the prices at the moment on Pulse. We've got quadruple 0915 on Pulse itself, down 2.58%, which is a 9% discount from the sacrifice price. We got 134 billion burn. Doesn't seem to be moving. I'm not sure why, but anyway, that's maybe it's just the relative amount. But we've got 15 trillion in the supply here on that one. But let's get into PulseX, which has been doing amazing. Quadruple 0286. Maybe the price hasn't, but it's actually doing very well. We've got the ratio now from Pulse to PulseX has jumped from yesterday. We're at 3.1. Remember, about just over a week ago, maybe 8 days or something ago, we were at a ratio of 1.1 to 2.5. So one pulse equal 2.5 PulseX. Now, yesterday we had one pulse equals 3.1 PulseX, and today one pulse equals 3.21. So PulseX weakening there compared to Pulse at the moment. And of course, we're down 6.47%. Now we know that we've obviously got these farms kicking over some turnover with the PEPE and stuff like that. But we've also got in month 3, which is next month, we've got month, because we're on day 51, we're between day 60 and 90. We're probably very, very, very likely, based on information we have, that we'll have the top tier utilities projects launched, like Liquid Lines, Power City, and the PH team. So when I say PH team, I mean the famous, the Fiat, the PHUX, and all those sort of stuff. PHUX is already out there, but those other dApps there with margin trading and banking, lending. All right, so kind of cool. So this is price at the moment. Guess this price is what is it, 72, almost 72% discount from the sacrifice price. So a lot of value there if you believe in the law of convergence. A lot of upside value there at the moment. Now, the big news, of course, yesterday after the live stream, the PulseX buy and burn reached a 200 billion burn. It's working beautifully. Obviously, we've got PulseX V1, which is 100% of the trading fees go to buy and burn PulseX. And then we have a PulseX V2, where 0.07% goes to the buy and burn. And, of course, people on V2 of PulseX earn the fees at 0.22%. But at the moment, we've now burn has gone to 203 billion on the PulseX burn, and we're getting very close to 1% of the total supply of public supply. Now, GoPulse here has the estimate at 21 trillion, and so we'll just take it for what it is. But at the moment, 0.969%. So we're very close to 1% of the buy and burn, and we're on the end of day 51. So going very well indeed. Going up billions a day. Isn't that great? It's so good. So looking forward to that. This is the public supply. Now, excludes the OA account or Origin account. So important to know that. Now, the incentive token is down 12%. It's still shedding. Obviously, with all the farms minting incentive tokens, we've still got the price shedding there in the downtrend, 61,654. And I think I've said we'll get to the chart, but we'll talk about where it might have a breather, take a breather. At the moment, obviously in a downtrend. Now the total supply is 4.4 million incentive tokens. Remember, unlike Pulse and PulseX, there was no sacrifice, so it's only been the incentive tokens is started from 0 and is being created by the farming. And we're now at 4.4 million incentive tokens in the market. We don't know, question mark, whether there'll be a last mile solution as part of Richard Hart's playbook on that. So we'll wait and find out, question mark there. There's absolutely no expectations around that. So we'll see. There are some theories going around, but nothing may come eventually of that either. So just take that into account. But I think it would be quite the master play if there was. So we'll see what happens there. All right, we've got Hex at the moment on Pulsechain at 1.32 cents. And as Richard pointed out, this has been performing extremely well versus Pulse, actually. And of course, one Hex will get you 143 Pulse now. So Hex is even stronger than when Richard posted that tweet earlier that we read. Now, combined with eHex, we're sitting at 2.08 cents, so just under 2.1 cents at the moment with the eHex as well. Right, so that is the headline numbers. Let's go to the values. The values here, we've got 690 billion. So we add that with the 134 billion that's been burned on it, then we're doing pretty well, around about 5% is a supply sunk through those two mechanisms, through staking by validators and the burn on Pulsechain, the EIP 1559 and the Pulsechain validator exits. We've got 21,565 validators. That's slowly going up every day, which is exciting to see. And like I say many times, I think this will probably get to 1 trillion. I can't see that, good reason for that to happen, especially if the Pulsechain price bolts out to the right, up and to the right, then we'll break out. The APR on validating at the moment, 22.4%. And I've seen numbers there. I think David Feder talking about good to get maybe 10 validators, 32 million a pop. And of course, 2 million pulse a pop there. So 320 million if you want 10 validators. So, it's good. You got to have a little bit of capital if you want to get into that. Plus, you obviously need a dedicated computer and stuff like that. But pretty exciting. But we're hoping we'll get delegated protocols. I noticed that David Feder does have a delegated protocol on his website. He does cloud validating. You can use their cloud service. It does cost you $300 a month, so to pay for him to do that. But that you're offsetting, you're not buying capital, not buying a computer for the first year, for example. So it's a food for thought. Might suit some people, particularly with larger positions with their Pulse to do that. In any case, that is Go Pulse. What else we got here? The gas prices. Have a look at that. We've got at the moment 6 cents to do a PulseX swap, 0.4 of a penny to transfer a Pulse coin, and 1 cent to transfer a PRC20 token at the moment. Not bad at all. 118 times cheaper than Ethereum and 104 times cheaper than Bitcoin. So a great place to do business. You're not having to pay $30, $50, or whatever it is for transfers on ETH or BTC, which is pretty horrific for the retail players. All right, so that's pretty much it. Now, I wanted to talk about the upgrade here today. This is gopulse.com. We've been using this as a great summary, but you can also buy Pulse and other things on here. Now, they've just launched their next product, which is the portfolio. So we're going to talk about that. 6 hours ago, GoPulse said their portfolio feature is live. The last portfolio tracker you'll ever need. Track all your Ethereum and Pulsechain assets. Track the value of your Hex stakes. That's a cool addition, actually. And, of course, to track your PulseX LPs as well. That's fantastic. Track as many wallets as you want. Also, here is a glimpse of that. So that is launched. So a really nice addition. We've been waiting for this feature on GoPulse. And, of course, there is an example of a portfolio sitting there as well. Also got little fishes as well, telling the size of your position, which is pretty interesting on that one. So that's kind of cool. They got here as well, track hundreds of different assets. Track your Hex, PLS, PLSX, and incentive leagues as well. They got the leagues in there. Add custom balances, handy for Pulsechain validators. Advanced price charts. Show assets of individual addresses on or chains. Privacy-friendly, optional cross-device sync as well. So that's pretty cool too. So nice on that one. Of course, it's 100% free to use, and we like free. Just like our Discord for Hex Token is free. This is free as well. So pretty cool on that one. Very good news. So I wanted to point that out. We're going to have a look at it in a second. What else we got going there? Get ready. Yep. We've got a more HODL dog there. One of the biggest influencers in our space. Awesome update for GoPulse. So definitely attracting the attention of the big influencers there. Crypto Coffee, number 1 on the scene. I think HODL used to be actually, but then he stopped streaming so much. So Crypto Coffee, nice. I don't have to keep 5 deck screener pages open anymore. Thanks, gopulse.com. So very, very cool there from HODL. We will enable everybody to mint .pls domains. This came out an hour ago. So they're adding another feature here. So you'll be able to mint .pls domains on GoPulse as soon as they will be live on the Pulsechain mainnet. That's coming up too, actually. So kind of cool. 1 hour ago, now new. You can now see how many coins you have on the mobile version of GoPulse as well. So it works on the mobile version. Simply tap the dollar amounts to switch the to absolutes amounts. Tap again to switch to anytime to switch back. So a cool feature there for the mobile phone as well. So that's great news as well from them. I'm going to post the Twitter there if you want to check all that out. That is the Twitter. Bam, bam, bam. So let's take my Play wallet, which has hardly anything on it because it's just a Play wallet for this light YouTube channel. But let's go into the site and go to portfolio. That is the button that we're talking about there. Ethereum or Pulsechain address. Let's add that in. We've got a name. You can put a name there too, which is kind of cool. We'll just leave that and bam. Let's see what is it going to pull up there. It's got NA for the portfolio value. I have got a little bit of pulse in there, 17 cents in pulse. Yeah, look at that. It's got a little was that a shell? What is that? A shell there? What's that? Shell. Yeah, shell. $12. 135K. Yeah, we've arrived. So that's kind of cool. That's my league. I'm in the shell league. You guys might be in a much bigger league. What they've got there? They got Poseidon here. So you need 1.35 million more PLS to become a shrimp. So it also tells you how much more I need to become a shrimp. That's pretty cool. So it looks like they've thought of everything on here. So we've got a shrimp there, $124, a crab on Pulsechain, $1,240, $24, which is 13 million pulse. Turtle is 135 million pulse, or $12,000. A squid is 1.35 billion pulse, which is 124,000. That's a squid. 13 billion is 1.24 million to be a dolphin. 135 billion is 12 million to be a shark. 1.35 trillion is 124 million to be a whale, and a Poseidon 13 trillion to be a Poseidon, a 1.24 billion. Yeah, boy. Cool. So anyway, I'm a shell down the bottom here. I got a lot of money. I got 17 cents. So I've got a long way to work. Got a lot of work to do to get out of that category. Pretty cool. All right, so that is kind of cool. Obviously, yours will look a lot better than that. This is just a play wallet. There's not much in there. So cool. That is a nice feature. Nice to see that. So play around with that. I'll put the link to this in there as well. You can paste your stuff in there and check it out on that one, which is kind of cool. I always like the paste only, right? We do paste only option. No one really likes connecting their wallets, of course, but that is kind of neat there as well. And you can add more wallets too, right? So you got the manage there. You got the manage button. You can add new addresses and do all sorts of things. That's well worth exploring on all those too as well. All right, kind of cool. All right, they got portfolio idea there as well. I don't know what that is, but you can check that out too. So big shout out to GoPulse for that. That leads us into, let me just close some of these websites down. Close all these down. And let us get into the next update, which is Rat Pulse. We're going to have a look at Rat Pulse, which is, we looked at the prices, but you can sort of see the trend at the moment. Pretty interesting little place here. So we always had these downtrend sort of holding us down. We get doing this waterfall thing, and then we kind of broke through that downward line and started moving sideways a little bit there. Then we had this kind of new angle set on here, giving us some support. But then, of course, we had this bottom angle here, which is the most important one. And, of course, that's giving us a bit of confidence that maybe we might drift sideways. So it does seem like the waterfall has finished, this waterfall. Now we're moving kind of sideways. And, of course, we definitely want to bounce off this support line here to the upside. So whether that goes up a lot or not, getting over 12,000 would be good. We're at 9,175 at the moment, just below sacrifice price. Sacrifice price not far above us, of course. How much percentage to get the sacrifice price? 9.36% just to get back to sacrifice price. And of course, to get back to our all-time high is about 213% there, which we got to. We got up to what, 28,830 with 3 zeros in front. So that's the play. So we'll see how we get on. We're on day 51, remember, ending day 51 on the Pulsechain and starting day 52. So we're still in month number 2 for the Pulsechain launch there. And exciting stuff. We've got so much big stuff coming in month 3. That's going to be cool. All right, so that is kind of neat. Now, talking about Pulsechain, let's get into the analysis from Dipcatcher because he's posted this, what do you call this, a treatise of the nations, but it's a pretty big one here from Dipcatcher. Now, Dipcatcher, of course, one of the 2 founding members of Maximus, and of course, they have built out a whole ton of Hex derivative products with Hex staking pools and have been absolutely amazing since they've been doing that and doing lots of other innovation things as well out there too, like the Pulsechain bridges and things. So Dipcatcher put out this while searching for PRC20 Alpha deep in the weeds of the PulseX and Pulse Sacrifice wallets. I'm unpacked some interesting activity. I didn't find anything to take action on, so I will share my findings. He might have charged you otherwise. Much of this stuff is already known anecdotally, but it was good to put some real numbers to it and build a timeline of actions taken by the sacrifice addresses and the addresses connected to them, which I will refer to as the sacrifice set. There are more addresses than the ones listed. I omitted ones with the immaterial activity or ones that cannot be definitively linked. And of course, he's got some key takeaways there. We're going to get into those. Before we do that, this is a spreadsheet that he's talking about here. And you can go through that yourself. I'm not going to go through all the details, but it's stables here, Hex, ETH, wrapped wallet liquid value, Tornado Cash, obviously the privacy moving assets, liquidity provided, current value, unclaimed fees, low range, high range. So got lots of different details there, different wallets on the left here, and the notes about those wallets and activity. So you can check that out in your own time. It's a video by itself, but we will read the highlights here because I think they're pretty interesting. So key takeaways. The sacrifice set sold everything. So we're up to here at the moment. Sacrifice set sold everything that got sacrificed except the Hex for the stable coins or ETH. And then he goes, the sacrifice set still holds 618 million in stable coins, 350 billion Hex, and over 183 ETH. Nothing has been bridged over to Pulsechain. So very important to connect the dot on that one. The sacrifice set sent in total 16,400 ETH through Tornado Cash, currently worth 32 million. At the time was worth over 50 million. These were the only outbound transactions. So it appears that less than 10% of the sacrifice money, excluding Hex, has been spent. Of course, it's impossible to know where this ETH went, and it would be improper to even ask. His next comment on this. So this is his analysis on his investigation. The sacrifice set provided 2.62 million USDC as liquidity on the Hex USDC pair from the price range of EHEX of 5.43 cents to 3.24 cents. Of course, we've covered that for many weeks before the Pulsechain launch there. This liquidity position experienced $912,000 in fees, which have gone unclaimed. But since price went fully below the position, it is now 100% Hex and only worth $498,000, obviously with the EHEX price there at around 0.7 cents. The Hex still sits for sale in this range. So interesting maneuver there. And of course, that was a very good buy wall sitting at that 5.4 cents. We commentated on that for a long time. This is the next one here. Another 9 million was put in the Hex USDC pair, pool between 3.2 cents and 5.4 cents on the 22nd of July 2021, then removed and replaced on 9th of January 2021 with a 10.38 million position between pretty much 4 cents and 6.5 cents. Price never reached this range, so it did not earn any fees. This position was then removed on 26th of January 2022, and the USDC was swapped for ETH, and then it was all sent through Tornado Cash. So that leads us up to the next comment here. The Pulsechain sacrifice address sent 350 billion X. The PulseX sacrifice. Old versions of the sacrifice checker app show the amount of PulseX allocated to be 29.6 trillion PulseX, but the mainnet version shows 0. These coins must have been dispersed to other addresses on the back end, like we saw in some of the GitLab comments showing sacrifice credits being switched from one address to another. And then we got up to this one here. The most recent activity was in March 2023 during the USDC Silicon Valley Bank calamity, where PulseX sacrifice addresses sent USDC and a USD tethered to a handful of addresses and consolidated and die. Of course, we covered that as well. No action has been taken on either chain from these addresses since March the 12th, 2023. So no action there. So here's his summary there. Overall, these funds seem to be very well managed, from selling all assets at the top of the market. Very important insight there, which probably created the bear market. It may have done that. De-risking stablecoin risk and only spending 10% of the non-Hex assets as well. So if you want to see good management there. What do you think will happen with all this money? If you own these keys, what would you do with them? Share your wildest conspiracy theories and ideas in the replies. And of course, DipCatcher offers some of his own prediction. My prediction is that these funds won't be used to stop any type of bear market in the system. I agreed with that. I think I've made that comment here. If anyone, some portion may be used to add fuel to the fire, and I've said that too. So that I think we're in agreement on that position. But of course, the default working assumption that you should have is the opposite of what you will want to happen. Here is a copy of my spreadsheet for you to look at. If you find any errors or omissions, let me know. When looking at these numbers, you must remember, so this is the final comment here. When looking at these numbers, you must remember that 100% of the funds sent to the sacrifice addresses belong entirely to whoever controls these keys. Anything they choose to do is solely their choice and completely acceptable, even if it doesn't benefit you. Not your keys, not your coins, means that you don't have a say in what others do with their own keys. So that is pretty much it. Pretty interesting looking tweet there. So I'm going to post that if you want to follow up on the spreadsheet and have a look at the details. But that's kind of interesting commentary there from BitCatcher's research there. Some people love this stuff, so get into it. Enjoy. All right, kind of cool. That is that. All right, so let's move on from there. That was around Pulsechain. Let's get to PulseX. And PulseX here at the moment, obviously bonded liquidity, so very similar looking pattern, although PulseX is weekend versus Pulse, so it's gone a bit more down here as compared to Pulse, which is, on this sort of upward ascendancy. So getting some divergence there at the moment. We've got 2862, really testing the bottoms here at the moment, so got to really hold that line there at the moment on the old PulseX. Down 6.72%. Incentive token keeps shedding. This is the ratio. So at the moment, one incentive token equals 61,320 here at the moment. And my thoughts for this is that we may get down into the 40 or 50,000 range, and that may get defended. It may get defended. We will see. Apart from that, otherwise it's down and to the right, down to the left, down to whatever, down to the left, whatever. So there we are. We've got at the moment. This is kind of the key line. We've got a little bit of TA there, but apart from that, more and more is being emitted as well. So we'll see whether there's a last mile solution or anything like that come up later. At the moment, all right. The other thing, of course, is that the price of Pulse can go up and to the right. So the US dollar price can go up to the right. So, but the ratio can keep going down to the left. So we'll see whether it does stop between that 40 and 50,000 range as well. Now, remember when we first pumped, we pumped off this line of 35,000 Pulse. That's when we first pumped up there. So remember that 35,000 Pulse there could even be the inevitability that we go back to that 100% retrace. All right, that is pretty much on the incentive token. Moving to Hex here, Pulse Hex here. Nice little pump here. This is on the hourly chart. Look at that action. Nice. There, little action there in the last couple of hours. And we're back at the 1.32 cents. We were down to 1.279 on the old Pulse chain. So let's go to the daily on the old Hex. There's the daily chart there on the Hex there. See the bond liquidity looking pretty similar. But this looks a lot more like the Pulse chart than the Pulse Hex one. And so Hex has been performing pretty well versus Pulse, and I think we might be able to invest that. Yeah, and there we are. That is the chart that Richard showed on his Twitter, and of course you can see that Hex is on Pulsechain has been strengthening versus Pulse there. So Hex has been the right one there. Not bad. Look at that. We're almost up to 144 Pulse per Hex at the moment. So Hex there looking strong at the moment. All right, that moves us to EHEX. And we like to look at the charts here on EHEX. And of course, this is the one that got forked all the way back here on the 10th of May. And the market kind of reacted to it 2 days later on the 13th of May. And down we went there with some whales and stuff. But look at yesterday's candle there. Look at that. That's a doji there. And we got down to 6.17 cents on the EHEX. We're currently at 7686, so we rebounded that. But yesterday we got down to 6.176, so almost 6/10 of a penny on the EX side there. So interesting dynamics, and we're all looking for that. So we've got a new low there on the EX, but we're looking for that new, the move to the upside. So way to go. We're at about 2.1 cents combined at the moment with those two. All right, that moves us on into the top PRC 20s. What is going to be next there? We've obviously got PEPE has rallied. It's up 36%. Uni, of course, could be a potential target. We've got Uni on here up 53%. So some of these are already front-running the anticipation. So people, not only do we have the Rat Bitcoin and we have the PEPE farms, but people are now speculating on this top PRC 20s as we've been discussing, and that's why we've got them all grouped together. And look at this, a uni from Uniswap there, already up to 2.9 cents there, up and away. So food for thought. These ones are already being front run. And then we've got we covered Link. Of course, Link got liquidity added to it. It's a little bit different. And Link at the moment is also trying to possibly etch out something as well. We had that big whale. Remember yesterday we covered, or 2 days ago we covered that. That dumped on a lot of charts. The big Ave whale. We'll talk about that. Now Link here is at 5.6 cents. It may try to etch its way up as well. Of course, SHIB here. I think SHIB's a very good contender. Obviously, look at this. It's already starting to run. You little rat bag. I was going to pick up some there. It's already starting to run here. It's up 5. It hasn't even got the farm, but of course it's up on the way. Now that's the small liquidity pool. Let me go to the bigger one. This is the big one. So this is the 133K. See what the 133K looks like. Yeah. So it's at 6 zeros or 5124. People are already anticipating. Now, this doesn't even need a farm in my view. The SHIB does not need a farm in my view because this is like a PEPE in a sense. These two, they ran on Ethereum without having any of this sort of stuff. People will speculate on these regardless of whether there's a farm in my view. And so I could see these, going up by themselves with just pure speculation. But of course, if this gets a farm, which I no doubt it's got one of the biggest communities. Remember, SHIB has also got their own. I think it's the second layer blockchain coming, which is Shibarium. I can't remember if it's out yet, but there's been news about it recently. So that's positive too. In other words, will the SHIB on Pulsechain start head that direction as well? Yeah, looking pretty interesting. So moving away, we've got some big volume kicking in here as well. Yeah, fun times. Look at it's going up while we're talking about it. Up and away there on the old chain there. So that is pretty much it on there on the SHIB. So SHIB and Link. We've got Maker as well. Maker DAO. Maker DAO there. 115K liquidity at the moment. This may start to move as well. That also was impacted by the whale, I believe, with the big red wick candle. You'll see those. If you see those big red wick candles, it's probably the same whale that dumped down everything. What else? Aave, of course. Aave has been a pretty good contender. And at the moment, it's at 25 cents. Was fighting around about 27 to 30 cents yesterday. It's at 25.7. So Aave has been not too bad as well. They have pretty decent liquidity. I mean, we had over $1 million in there. It's now $500,000. And of course, this is where the Aave whale came in and exited that liquidity on there. What else we got going there? We got Matic. Matic's only got really small pools in at the moment. The biggest one is pretty small pools. 6.9 for 4,000 and 7,000. So nothing's really moved on those at the moment on Matic, but it's possible. And of course, we've got our Wrap Bitcoin, right? So Wrap Bitcoin has got 7.1 million in it with the Wrap Pulse, and of course that go all the way up here. Now, is this the right pool? I had a charts on here. Where's my charts gone on the Wrap Bitcoin? This one here, is it? Yeah, there's there. So we've got a Fibonacci on here. Now, we were talking about this yesterday with Brennan and stuff like that in the TA chat, and we could see this coming back down to $102. Now, it looks like that it did slightly better. We expected it to come down to $102. It broke the $143 line, which is a 61.8 Fibonacci. And of course, normally a lot of charts will bounce off the 61 unless they've had a very strong run. And of course, typically that might pull in the 78.6 into play. Now that's $102, but it only got down to 109. So not bad call. But of course, it bounced off. It didn't actually hit the 102, but it was a pretty good call. Some people were asking, should I buy in here around $140? And I said, no. It's already broken down through there. You can see this wick, it broke down here, got down to $123. So the chances are that it was going down, and it did. We see this a lot, right? See the lot behavior. And here we are at $130 at the moment on the old Wrap Bitcoin. And the interesting thing about this is that if Bitcoin breaks out to, maybe it goes 32K, I bet your bottom dollar, this is going to start following the price chart, just like Richard was talking about in that video. So food for thought there. It looks like it bounced from $109 to $145. Now, this may still fake out there and still go down to 102 and bounce off there. So that's definitely scenario still there. So don't count all your chickens at once. Sometimes they have a little bounce back. Just like here, see a little bounce back, and then comes back down, a little bounce back, and may still very well get to $102. We're watching that. But at the moment, it's managed to bounce from 109, which is pretty close. But we will see if it can get some higher lows in there. All right, so that is the old Wrap Bitcoin. That leads us into the meme coins. So SHIB and stuff like that, definitely looking, people already front running these pools before they even get up there. So interesting stuff. Now, meme coins, we've got memes. Obviously, Bean Coin is another potential from BitBoy. And as I understand, I think he was on Corey Costa or something. Someone mentioned that he was going to possibly looking to support the Pulsechain vision. That would be very, very big deal. Obviously, he's a huge influencer in crypto. But at the moment, that's up 170%. liquidity is modest, so 28,000, 5,000, so modest liquidity there. But yeah, up 168%. Look at that. Just got pumped too yesterday. We're on a new daily chart now, so we've got this is a new candle. But yesterday, look at that, got pumped as well. Got pumped pretty well yesterday, so nice stuff there. Now look at the volatility in here though. Just take that into account. But a nice big volume candle came in. So interesting food for thought there on the Ben there. Be interesting to see whether there's a farm pops up for Ben. That'd be pretty interesting. That's kind of the more of a wild card one, but definitely not out of the picture. And that's pretty much it at the moment. So kind of cool. Now we've got obviously the 9-inch Dex is going to be launching in the future. So we might see Pulse Dodge and Paul Pleb, which are going to be supported in the pools for 9-inch, do well. Now they already kind of front run, but of course we got going to have some sort of mystery launch or whatever you call it, surprise launch. And at the moment, so they got profited yesterday, but of course that's still to come ahead of us. I think they're waiting for audit, so if I remember rightly, on the old 9-inch. But once that's through, that would be pretty interesting. So here we are also on the Pulse Dodge there. So two speculative ones, maybe good pickups. Not financial advice, but it seems like a no-brainer to me. It's a bit like having the PulseX farms. You got the 9-inch farms and the incentives to drive those prices higher. That leads us into our third category, or fourth category actually. We've covered Richard Hart coins, we've covered top PRC20s, we've covered top meme coins, and of course now we've got Pulsechain projects. The best performer overnight was the one that's not performed too well in the last couple of days, but project that's probably pretty good. I know some people don't like some of the technology used, but moved pretty good there. 17% is Beetroot, and so that's having a nice little recovery there. Let's go to the daily on the old Beetroot Privacy Hub. And of course, having anonymous transactions is very important. And of course, it has a reflection token there too. So you're getting paid by holding the token. So you get paid the fees from the swapping and things like that. Liquidity is at $250,000 at the moment. One of the bigger medium-sized projects that's launched on Pulsechain. So that's ticking away at currently 0002940 is the price. That leads us on into what else? We've got the next best performer is Trust Swap by Jeff Kadakis. And of course, that is up at 12%. Let's have a look at the daily there. He hasn't seemed to added liquidity to this. He was talking about that at the beginning. So we'll see where he heads with that. But it's got 20K in liquidity there at the moment. So yeah, he was talking about potentially lifting that up and up and up and away. I'm not sure what his focus is on that at the moment. So he seems to have his hands in a lot of things there. So we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, Internet Money Wallet, well, actually, Internet Money Wallet is up 11% on the old Time token. So if you've got Internet Money Wallets, that is up as well. So that's got up off the bottom almost. So we're at 6,800 on the bottom. We're at 7,850 at the moment on the top, with 3 zeros in front of it at the moment. So that is the kind of play. That very small liquidity on some of these pairs though. That one here had almost nothing on that one. Where's the weight one? Oh yeah, it's right at the bottom here. So that pair there was that Time one's very small. Where's the Time? I thought it had bigger liquidity on there. Can't find it. You might have to jump away. That liquidity there is pretty small on that one. So not sure where the other Time ones. Might have to pick that up and add this to this list. Next up, of course, is Fiat. Waiting for them to launch their fork of Aave on the Pulsechain. That is up 10%. And I think that is coming up soon. So this could end up rallying. This Fiat could end up rallying on the news of that. So I'll keep tabs on when they're going to launch. This might break out to the upside. It's currently at 32 cents at the moment. So maybe an opportunity there. What else we got going on there? We got Pulse Kitten up 8%. So Pulse Kitten not doing too bad. This is NFT Fi, and that chart's still looking okay. Okay there. Currently at quadruple 02142. But this is a small project. But still, it's it's got small liquidity in there, a little retail play. But once again, it's competing against other projects too. But it's nevertheless, that's kind of the highlights there. Texan Token pretty much break even. Daytona Finance, one of the three big projects, middle-sized projects out at the moment. That's down 1.1% at the moment. Pulse Reflections there is down 1%, and that's pretty much it. P-Hux there is also the other big one there is down 7% at the moment. So here's the highlights. If we're looking at liquidity on these Pulsechain projects, Daytona there is sitting with 306,000. Tetra, which is down 10%. That's a new one that's launched. And of course, they've got their protocol launching. That's going to be using nodes to directly interact with contracts on the Pulse chain and be able to set up strategies that way. So it's looking forward to that. It's actually pretty innovative. And you might have seen nodes used if you're used to doing 3D, like in Blender, something like that. You might be used to nodes and connecting nodes, and it's the same thing. But instead of doing it for 3D, you're doing it for contracts on the chain, which I think is kind of a neat way, very intuitive way for people to use the contract without being a coder. It's kind of cool. Beetroot there is at 252,000 on there at the moment. So those are kind of the leaders there. So Tony is Daytona's got the biggest liquidity, about 500,000. You followed by Tetra there at 283,000, and then Beetroot there at 250,000. So those are the big three medium-sized Pulse chain projects. And of course, in month 3, we're expecting the big top-tier protocols to launch. So we'll probably have a separate maybe have a separate that group out, or just have it in this group here. We'll see how we go. Now, Pulse chain news, of course. BNB Pot, which is coming to Pulse chain. They're on BNB, of course, already. The BNB Pot, the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino, is up and running. Of course, you can stake BNB tokens on there. But they've been ramping up their marketing, their partnerships, and their product development. So they're working on a lot of stuff. This is probably an 18-month to 2-year ramp up. So you got to have patience there. But they're going pretty cool. And at the moment, they've got a teaser out about their price calls, and I think this will be very popular. Price calls. People love to set up price calls. Maybe you can set up price calls here in this example. It's when do you think Bitcoin will be over $50,000 or hit $50,000 by the 4th of August or something like that, 2023. And then they've got some odds that you can set no or yes. So you've got these sort of binary options, but you can change the odds and the payout. So pretty interesting. Got lots of different features there. This is a little teaser. I think this is going to be pretty popular. I think people really like this stuff. I certainly like it. You could apply this to other things. It doesn't have to be crypto, I guess. I'm not sure what options they give you, but you could probably apply it to politics. Who's going to win an election? Who's going to win a sports team? I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess you're going to be able to do all that sort of stuff. So there'll be something there for everybody. I'm not sure if it's just crypto or not, but definitely they've used a crypto option here. Decentralized price predictions coming to Pulse chain and BNB. You decide the asset, you decide the value, you decide the odds. So very excited about that. Create bets using Chainlink Oracle or Dex LP prices. So pretty cool on that one. So that is neat. So I'm not sure what Chainlink, how far it goes past prices, but in terms of other non-price data, but that's pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Simon Burnett says this is a real game changer. Can't wait to see all those influencers put their money where their mouth is. Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm sure he's talking about crypto coffee and hot dog. All right, so that is pretty cool from BNB Pot. I'll post the link to that in the chat there as well. Kind of cool. BNB Pot price calls. Yeah, I think that could be pretty cool. You never know. I might be able to set that up and start promoting that, and people get into that. There's something easy that influencers could promote, like that sort of thing. BNB Pot. So looking pretty good there on the old BNB Pot. Now we're going to get into Hex Daily Stats. We're up to 1 hour and 4 minutes on the live stream. We're absolutely killing it lately. Honestly, we've had so much fun. There's so much stuff coming, and of course all the big stuff still yet to come. And yet we've been talking about so many different things in the community and rollouts. And we haven't even got up to the big protocols yet. So exciting times ahead. It's just ramping up. Day 1308, hot off the press there. The 2nd of April. We like to get paid on this live stream. And of course, today we got the price at 0.0766 cents on the ETH chain, down 5.6% at the moment. We've got the payout per T-share though, juicy, 6.539 hex per T-share. Another dot day in the share rate. So we're still sitting at 28,093. And the average mining net is up slightly to 7.04 years. The APY there is at 38.78%. And of course, the liquidity pool, pretty similar to yesterday in the liquidity pool, although US dollars has been gaining. We're up to 263,000. So nice to see that. And yeah, I'd love to see this back into the millions again, of course, one day. Fingers crossed. ETH is pretty much the same. T-shares down 4,800. So we're sitting at 9.9 million and 5,000 T-shares. Remember that for when we look at the Pulse chain version. Looking at the lock percentage of coins, 9.39% of Hex is locked at the moment on the ETH chain. And penalty is very modest today, 181,000. compared to the last couple of days. We had some pretty nice penalties there, but that means, things are coming down a little bit. Liquid holders, our downtrend is up. We got 22 and liquid holders up, but our miners are down 18. We're at 120,425. Total holders up 111 to 574,892. So that is on the ETH chain. But we've also got Pulsechain on. We've got Hex on Pulsechain, and of course it's got day 1308, but really that's day 51. And of course we've got the day there, the 2nd of July as well. Prices at 1.316 cents on the Pulsechain for Hex, at down 1.5%. What else we got going there? The payout today also looking pretty good, like on the Ethereum, 6.524, and another dot day in the share rate also. Slightly higher mining there, 7.05 years compared to 7.04 on Ethereum. And of course, we've got the APY 38.58%. Looking good there too. We're going to jump past the liquidity. We've got the change in T-shares down 4,485. So we're sitting at 9,923,000 T-shares on the old Pulsechain. So there's how many more? There's probably about 15,000 more T-shares on the old Pulsechain side than there is on Ethereum. Let's go to the lock coins. 9.43% of Hex is locked on Pulsechain. Penalty is pretty similar, just a bit more higher than on the Ethereum side, under 35, but pretty low still. I don't really count anything if it's not over $1 million, over 1 million Hex, sorry. So there we are. It's pretty modest. And looking at the current holders, up 64 holders on the old Pulsechain. So retail adoption definitely humming along on Pulsechain with those super cheap fees. And of course, the miners, they're up 33. People mining those T-shares. Get out there, mine the T-shares, hex.com. Check it out in the video descriptions. Share it around. And of course, people can buy Hex on Ethereum and Pulsechain. Pretty cool. And of course, the miners there, under 22,363. Total holders up 95 to 570,184. So that is Hex on the Hex payouts today. We're on day 1309 for the Ethereum. And of course, we're on day 52 starting up for Pulsechain. And the payouts are looking pretty nice, both over 6.5 on both chains. Get those T-shares while you can. The share rate is going up and to the right, currently 28,000, expecting it to be over 31,300 by the end of the year. So that's quite a bit of an increase there. That leads me on into KDP, one of the big influencers on Pulsechain. And of course, KDP, everything Pulsechain. KDP here provided a whole list of different links. Now, we have a whole ton of links in our Discord under useful links, but Katie's organized this quite nicely here. And you've got direct fiat on and off ramps there, Guardian.com. Currently, they're updating their service worldwide, fiat to Pulse, available in a few weeks, which is going to be exciting. Centralized listings, of course, OKX and Kanga Exchange are the two big ones. There are some smaller ones out there, of course. What was it? 50X was it one of them? There's a couple of the smaller ones there. Projects that support Pulsechain, of course. Revoke cash there for protect your assets. Portal X Swap, of course, the ultimate bridge. Super Dex aggregator, and contracts launching this week. That's exciting. Bridge and Dex aggregator contracts launching this week. So looking forward to that on the old Portal X Swap. And of course, now payments, payment gateway. Vendors can accept PLS, PLXX, and Hex payments. PHUX, of course, Balancer Fork, free airdrop, and of course, TrustSwap.com and Coinly. Bridges, of course, the official bridge from Pulsechain, main cross-chain bridge. Portal X, of course, connecting Pulsechain to 60 chains. Can you believe it? PulseX aggregation contracts soon as well. Looking forward to that. Swap between all tokens once live. That's going to be really profound. Portal X is a place to both. Definitely save it to one of your favorites there. Let's Exchange. Unsure how their liquidity works, says KDP. And then Change Now, Power City Portal X partner as well, offering that too. So it's pretty cool. Many of you will know Change Now, been around for a long time. It's great to have them supporting Pulsechain. Sites that support Pulsechain, of course, Dex Tools, Dex Screener, DeFi Llama, Coin Paprika, Banter Bubbles, Morales Money, Vest Dexo, Tricarbonia, and Ching Ching Pulse. So some decent names in that list there. Wallets that native Pulsechain support, Internet Money, of course, and Rabby.io, Pulse Portfolio Trackers, Fatty, and Coinly, DBank, CoinStats, and of course, we saw there Go Pulse now, also doing portfolio tracking, and of course, community-built websites, PLS Burn, Pulse CoinList, App.Acosa, Pulse CoinList, HSI Watch, Hex Direct, Banda Bubbles, Hex Scout, Security, of course, Revoke Cash, and B9_4 Offsets. This is from, I believe, I just forgot the guy's name, but you guys know that is PEPE, that's the one. A community-based project website about to launch, base security and community safety around airdrop. So that might be something you want to check out. There's the B_ops there. I don't even know if I'm following that one. No, I'm not. That's from Papa there. I think it was on the list there. Merch, of course, Hex merch, Suzanne Arts, what's it? Psych Dip X. I don't know how to say that. Slaps.co, and of course the best decks on Pulsechain, PulseX.com. KDP says, if I didn't list your project, you're welcome to comment below. I list things I either have used or used. Don't talk about things that I wouldn't use myself. Now, obviously, we've got a lot more links on our Discord as well, so you can check all those out under useful links on Discord. Kind of cool. All right, there's many others, of course. Beetroot's one of them, of course, is one of the things you can use as well. So that is KDB's tweet there. I'll post that if you want to check out some of those links that you maybe have not have seen. You can check all that out too. All right, that is pretty much it. So we're into an hour and 11 minutes. We've got 4 minutes to go. So that is today's live stream, and what a day it is. Let's go back and check Richard Hart, of course, and refresh that. And now I'm going to get into the comments and catch up on the comments there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what we might leave it on. What should we leave it on here? Let's leave it on. Have I got PEPE up? Let me go to PEPE there. I might have PEPE here somewhere. Let's go to memes. Which one should we go to? We'll go to PEPE Rat Pulse. So that is PEPE at the moment. Woohoo! Rocking it with the DMV. All right, let's get back into the catch up here. What else do we? Some of these comments probably won't even understand, but we'll try and get to them. Let's see back here on the old. I got my own sound effects. You just make them up as you go. I've got up to Blobfish King, that's for sure. We've got Brenton's comments here. Brenton says, I see what Richard's doing, testing the waters with the long-term value, adding a wrap Bitcoin farm and a meme farm to see what draws more unrest to the chain, or interest in the chain, I guess is what you're trying to say. What else have we got to jump through there? Wookie says, any crabs? Yeah, I think there might have been crabs. I can't remember now. I don't think there was crabs, actually. Christian says, RH is a beast. He knows PEPE community is huge and strong, and that's why he is testing the waters. Yeah, the trading volume's been really, really good through it too. Look at that. PEPE here, just on the Pulse one, 7.6 million in value and volume. That's how you get some volume there. That's just on that pair. And of course, on the other PEPE pair, yeah, we got the volume there. Yeah. So 7.6 million through the PEPE Pulse pair, and almost $600,000 of volume through the PEPE pair. So it's pretty good. What else we got going? Yeah, go the shells. Yeah, show the go the shells. Yeah, that's my thing. Tilly for really says, nice. I'm a Poseidon. You bragger, you bragger. If you got 1 billion dollars, you know, maybe you're not even should be in crypto. Who knows? Don't forget the barnacles. Yeah. Hey, Fat Sammy's in the house. One of our moderators. Good to see Fat Sammy. Hope you're doing well. Dave Down Under says, hi guys, I haven't left. I just need a bit of a crypto break. Hey, it's always good to have a break there, Dave Down Under. Unfortunately, I do daily shows, so it's very hard to do breaks. But hey, look, every so often you got to get one. Fat Sam says Hex outperforming Pulse. I hear. Forgive me, I haven't checked the charts in a while. Went hippo mode, but if true, nice. Yes, it is outperforming. It's up to 144 Pulse per Hex at the moment, which is a pretty dramatic change. Nearly 700 subs super. 7,000 subs. The most informative channel should have many more, maybe because many septics and whinging bombs are sleeping now. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the channel's gatekept. I don't know. But yeah, some people have maybe have better social media strategies. I don't know. Just the way it goes. What else? Fat Sam says the brutal bear market is only 50% out of punches. What else there? Brazil says, I hope we do a 1x, then a 75% retrace, then another 1x. Hopefully that will shake out the non-believers, allow them to exit at break even. Yeah. So what did we say about Hex? Hex was, what did we say? Between 44 days and Ethereum 88 days. So we're still in between that range for the price discovery phase. RH products will do well. They certainly will. TV says, are we having fun yet? I think so. Every day. At least on this show, we have fun. So much SEC money not yet deployed. Yep. We'll see what happens with that. No expectations, of course. Nothing in crypto is truly pumping. When Bitcoin goes on a bull run, Richard won't let it outperform Hex. Yes, I would agree with you on that. Or any other RH product. Yes, I would agree. Hex PLS for the win trade. That says Fat Sammy. Absolutely. We got Academiciated in the house there. Hey, evening all. Good to see you as well. Let me jump through some of these comments. Fat Sam says buy Hex and chill. Yes, absolutely. We've got Sandy Beach coming in late to the piece. Hello, hey Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy. DBQ says I grab more PLXX just now. Why not? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade. I mean, look at that. That's looking pretty good to me. I think that looks pretty good. Right. Let's see how we got Charity as well. Good to see Charity. We got SJ Wild appears. Magic. SJ Wild appears. SJ Wild absolutely killing it on the Pulsechain tour. If you haven't followed that out, Pulsechain tour, and of course the bus. Yeah, the bus is so cute. The bus, and SJ Wild drives it like a boss. So it's pretty cool. Love those stuff. Check out SJ Wild on Twitter, and you'll be able to see all the Pulsechain tour journey. And if you're in the United States or traveling there, maybe try and hit one of the events up as well. Joe O'Brien says, hey, Superman, I think you have more info than most people can handle day to day. And God bless you, bro. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you very much for the kind words. Wookie is an influencer. Yes, he is. What else? Let's jump through some of these comments. LS says 8 days till liquid loan launch. I hope. Yeah. Well, we're expecting it month 3. We're expecting it in this cycle. So we're expecting the multi-sig product. Then we're expecting the Fetch Oracle. And then we're expecting the liquid loans for Liquidity. So in that order. And that expected, I guess they'll be able to pull it all out in month 3. But we're expecting it in day between day 6 and day. So we're expecting originally between week 6 and week 8. So before day 60. And then we got 60 days was a comment they made. But now really it's probably just in month 3. So we're still only on day 52 now, are we? Just day 52. DCA, baby, the bear market is your friend if you're poor, says Fat Sammy. Yeah, you accumulate a lot of different options there. Sandy Beach is probably is doing B9. Yep. 4 days until day 55, says Wookie. Thanks for that. Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Someone said that Richard said something about shaking out people by day 55. So yeah, I don't know where that's come from. But that's someone has mentioned that. I'm here to help. I bought more PulseX just now, so the price should drop even more dramatically for you. TV, didn't you just say that earlier? I'm sure. Who said they bought some more PulseX earlier? Someone else did. Or was it DB? I'm not sure. Let me just go up here. Machiavelli with the rockets, looking good. Katie says it's a great time to buy and build your bags for the future. 100%. This is the price discovery phase. This is the DCA phase. All the believers, of course, picking up the Richard Hart tokens, and of course all the DGens playing the DGen projects. But we will have a lot of top tier utilities. We want all the top TVL projects to be launching. And we've gone through DeFi Llama. We've shown a lot of those that we'll have. So it's going to be fun to see that. I might talk more about that tomorrow. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go on that one. I love just looking at my Hex stakes, says Cleveland. Yeah, Hex stakes, get those, folks. Accumulate the T-shares, man. You can also accumulate T-shares through the Hex HSI options as well. You need Hedron to bid on those, but definitely some great T-shares there for sure, especially if you want to get longer ones, longer time frames. No timeouts today, says Wookie. Yeah. There's a few timeouts on. The moderator's been really aggressive lately. Not sure what's going on there. Nice PLSX scoop, 100%. 55 weeks, not days, says Katie. Yeah. We got Mock Jockey in the house. Good to see you, Mock Jockey. Welcome. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We're an hour and 20 minutes into the live stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's content. And of course, let's finish up on the PEPE. PEPE at the moment at 9,400. And it got 7 zeros, but it did lose a 0 while we were doing the live stream. We'll see how it goes. Early days on that one. $2 million in liquidity. Just goes up and to the right. Isn't it looking great? All right, take care, everybody. Something might happen on day 55. Yeah, maybe it does. I just don't know the source of that, so I don't want to speculate too much on that either. All right, let's wrap up. Let's play out some music on the way out. Let me find some music. Haters Tears. All right, take care. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Now, if you want to continue the conversation, get into our Discord. It is free. And of course, we've got all the Pulsechain links, and we've got the best community in there. Get in there. We're all sharing the same journey as Pulsechain rolls out, and get in there, folks. Links in the video description. If you want to join as a member of the channel, hit the join button. We've got Pulseskins, Hexskins, and the Richard Hart Club. So you can join and support us as we live stream every day. And of course, big shout out to Anita for shouting out that membership earlier today. Very, very cool. All right, let's play some music. Bye for now. Take care. Enjoy your day.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.